Swadakta sasa wanogeshe familia, ndugu, jamaa na marafiki kwa kuwatumia pesa bure. Halo Pesa kwenda Halo Pesa na Halo Pesa kwenda mitandao mingine kwa gharama nafuu zaidi.
Halotel, pamoja katika ubora.
Yes, hello. This is Mpoki Thompson. You're watching The Beat on the Spot. Today we are with a renowned fashion journalist, a novice in his trade. He's going to introduce himself.
I'm Mpoki.
Hey.
Good to have me here.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, and it's nice to see you once again. My name is Deogratius Kithama. I am a fashion presenter. I've been doing this for the last 9 years. I'm also a fashion TV producer from East Africa TV's Nirvana. And yes, I'm really delighted being here.
Okay, so
I'm also a celebrity MC.
Yeah, indeed. Now, as a renowned fashion journalist, yes, what does the status mean to you? Because you've been doing it for many years, yes, and you've garnered a lot of fame through that. So what does that mean to you?
The status?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, really. I take it not just as the status, but more as the opportunity to being able to impact people's way of dressing, people's way of lives, because you'd recognize that Nirvana is not just a show on fashion, it's also a show on lifestyle generally. So for me, the status basically means the power to impact society in a more positive way, and to being able to use that influence to tell the society, you know, this is what's trending, this is what's new, this is what's happening, this is the direction that we should be going. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So how have you been able to maintain that your status in just the fashion industry, but also as a journalist, because you've been doing it for 9 years?
Yeah.
Now, maintaining that consistency, how have you been able to do that over the years?
I think it really comes with a game plan. A lot of people just get into things without actually figuring out exactly where they wanted to take them next. I'm someone who's a true believer into being able to plan and execute your plan. I'm a keen believer of that, into thinking big, starting small, and then you can always achieve, you know, whatever that you want.
Okay, so what's that driving force behind your fashion zeal? Because definitely you have a zeal for fashion.
Yeah, I do.
So what drives you?
My love for glamour. Okay. My love for the finer things in life. I love glamour. I live for the life.
Mr. Fashion.
Mr. Fashion, you know. Yeah. It's what I was made for. From the very tender age, I'd always shown interest into fashion. I'd always shown interest into beauty. I'd always, when growing up, for example, Miss Tanzania was such a huge, successful event, and I'd always want to be part of it. And now, 20 years after, here we are, and I'm now the host of Miss Tanzania. So it's really just about the zeal for fashion and my love for glamour that really keeps me up in my toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, even though you've been in the business for 9 years, you've said, but then in 2016 you took a hiatus for almost 1 year. Yeah. Tell us, what was that all about?
Well, yeah, a lot of people didn't quite get that. I'd worked for Nirvana and East Africa TV generally for 7 years, and it's the only thing I'd been doing really. So it reached a certain time where I needed to, you know, sit back and reassess myself and figure out more the game plan that I'm talking about, because it's so easy to lose yourself at a certain time after such a long time, because a lot of people just go to work and work. But then I was like, wait a minute, it's like not everything is going as how it should be going. There has to be a plan, there has to be an end game here, and what is it? So I came back to my show Nirvana on ATV a year after, and you know, as we've seen, it's been quite successful, because you know, people are still talking about the show, and people did miss me regardless. I'm not just, you know, so they were sending me messages and DMing me on Instagram and everything, and so I was lucky enough to have my job back. But also, you see, like right now, I'm more focused into what I want to achieve. For example, just like 2 weekends ago, I hosted something that I've always wanted to be a part of, like I mentioned, Miss Tanzania. So again, that was also in the game plan. I knew exactly where I wanted to get it. And of course, something that you and I will be talking a bit later on, the Tanzania Fashion Festival, which is my new brainchild. a summer fashion festival, which is due to happen at the Deogratius by Hilton Garden outside on the 29th of September this month. Fashion shows, jazz music, you know, Latin samba dance, you know, some sexiness, all the things that I love, and some vodka pouring every now and then, of course.
Okay. So okay, when you talk about fashion in a broader sense, what's your definition of fashion?
My definition of fashion?
Yeah.
Nobody's ever asked me that before.
Here we are.
Well, fashion is something that's trendy. Fashion is something that's out there, and that's popping. But also, it has to mean sense to you. So therefore, we come to style now, because these two are very, very much intertwined together. Definitely. So fashion to me is something that's trendy, something that's popping, something that's wow. But then it needs to be intertwined with style. Now, style, that's something that makes sense to you. Like, for example, the hat that I'm wearing, it's not a fashionable, it's not in fashion now, but it's stylish.
It is stylish, definitely.
So, for me, you can be fashionable, but you need to know what your style is all about.
Okay, now talking about Deo as the MC, you've hosted quite a number of fashion shows here in Tanzania.
Yes, I have.
And recently you were the host of Miss Tanzania 2018.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Was that the limelight of your MC career?
Absolutely.
And how did you get the news that you're going to be the host?
I got a WhatsApp message from Basila.
Okay.
From Basila Wanukuzi. Because we'd been talking about it for a while, but then again, there are protocols that have to be adhere to when one is to host an event as prominent as Miss Tanzania. There's a committee and there's a whole, you know, because it's an event with a national prestige into it. So there's been conversations for a while, and then finally I got a WhatsApp message from Basila saying, "Guess what?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Miss Tanzania has just approved you as the host of Miss Tanzania." Wow. I was just overwhelmed. And I could already see myself in the middle of the lights.
Talking about your co-host, did you know that you were going to have a co-host, or did they tell you? Or how did you come to find out? Because I first saw your post, you know, that there was going to be them, and then later I saw another post, you know, Hamisa Mobeto. So were you two like, did they communicate with you guys before, or was it like a surprise to you?
No, it was not a surprise to me, definitely. I knew Hamisa was going to be a part of the show. She also was part of the rehearsals the night before. But as you would know, she's not professionally a host. She is a lovely fashionista. She has a former beauty queen background. So for her, more was just to spice up the event beside me, and I was basically the host, if that makes sense. And for her, she's still the host. I think the right term would have been the co-host. The co-host, yeah. Because I opened the show alone, I closed the show alone, and I did a lot of introductions myself solo, but I included her in
so how was the chemistry between the two of you?
No, but she's a bubbly, fun lady. Don't we all love Misa?
Definitely, who doesn't? She's the new teaser sweetheart, apparently.
Is she? Who says so?
Word up there. Okay, now let's talk about...
I know what you've been reading.
Okay, now let's talk about the Tanzania Fashion Festival. As I've said, you've been an MC at your different fashion shows here in Tanzania. And then now you're going to start your own fashion festival.
Scary, right?
What's that all about? And what's the provenance of the idea?
Well, the concept of the Tanzania Fashion Festival basically is to, well, first, like you've said, I've attended so many fashion events in Tanzania, and I've hosted even more fashion events in Tanzania. So the concept of the Tanzania Fashion Festival is to bring something fresh, something new to the market. First off, it's not a fashion show that starts at night as usual, so it starts from daytime, from around noon, then it goes all the way to like 10 p.m. like midnight. Everything is done. Secondly, it's not indoors, it's outdoors at the Deogratius by Hilton Garden and the poolside. And then third, there is no like platform stage. Models will be gliding down from the stairs all the way to the pool, and the VIP section, of course, and the ordinary section. Everybody will be able to see them. And then there is music mixed into it also. Tanzanians are big lovers of music. You cannot avoid that. So there's going to be a jazz band playing. Then we're going to have a DJ as well playing, a celebrity DJ. DJ Cavani is going to be behind the desk with all the funky music that we love him and we know and love him for. And then of course there's other performances like a samba dance, some sexiness, and some celebrities, drinking at the VIP section, and it's summer, everybody's coming up dressed up very casually. The theme is summer, so it's really, really fun, It's for everyone.
That's for everyone. So is this your brainchild? Or did you get inspiration from somewhere, or did you just wake up one day and you're like, oh, was it a long-term plan? Because I mean, it's going to take place towards the end of this month.
Yeah.
Seems like a really short time. But for how long has it been in the plan?
It's been the plan for quite a while. But as you would know, a lot of people need to be involved in such things.
Yeah.
Their clients to be involved. That takes a long time, and you cannot make anything public up until that is done. And of course, the preparation of the production itself, it takes a lot of planning as well. But we're fortunate enough that everything is going up to speed and people are really excited about it, and we'll be starting selling the tickets from end of this week.
Okay. Yeah. So even though the show hasn't yet started, you haven't even had a first show yet, but where do you hope to see the Tanzania Fashion Festival take place, or rather the route that you want the show to take in the coming future?
Yeah. Well, we might introduce the Tanzania Fashion Festival in other regions of Tanzania, in particular Arusha and Zanzibar. And then from there now, the target would be to make Tanzania Fashion Festival Sweden, Stockholm, Tanzania Fashion Festival in London, Tanzania Fashion Festival in New York for all the diasporas in there. So that we can celebrate what is Tanzanian, what is fabulous, and what is truly ours. Okay, so have you received any major support from the fashion gurus that we already know, the Mustafa Sanalis, the Ali Remtulas? Yes. Mustafa is, I consider him a fashion godfather of mine. And of course, I had the chance to pay him a courtesy visit at his offices, and he's supporting us fully. And we're also working with people like Asia Dari Samsin, like you mentioned, who's also like the mother of this industry, but also the mother of this brainchild of mine, the Tanzania Fashion Festival, and many other successful people in the industry. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope to see you on the 29th, is it? Yes. On the 29th. Yes. What are you going to be wearing? We need to think about that. Definitely. I'll have to work on that. I'll come up with something. I'm not really into, preparing for shows, but then I'll try to. You like it when it's like smooth, and that's the thing. That's the thing about this festival, is that it's not for just the fashionistas. Yeah. But if you love music, or you love fashion, or you love dance, it's all for you. Yeah. And all you have to do is just dress up simple. And it's summer. And it's summer. So, well, that's a wrap for the Beat on the Spot. Until next time, thank you.